Choosing Peace. Chapter 9. The Daily Reset. Protecting your energy one day at a time. How you start your day and how you close it are the two most powerful moments you have. Everything in between flows from one and rests in the other. There was a time when the alarm clock was something I dreaded. Not because I was lazy, because I was already exhausted before the day began. Because my mind had spent the night rehearsing everything waiting for me. Because getting up meant stepping back into a version of my life that was draining me faster than I could recover. That is not my morning anymore. Now I wake up grateful. Genuinely. Not as a performance or a practice I force myself through, but as a real and quiet recognition that a new day is a gift. I get up earlier than I need to, not because I have more to do, but because I want time that is mine before the day makes its claims. I move without rushing. I arrive at work already settled rather than already behind. And at the end of the day, the last thing I hold before sleep is not stress about tomorrow. It is gratitude for today. I made it through. I am home. I am protected. I am safe. From dread to gratitude. From rushing to ease. From restless nights to sleep that actually restores. That is what a daily reset builds over time. This chapter is about how to build yours. Why the daily reset matters. Without a reset, each day bleeds into the next. The stress of Monday follows you into Tuesday. The draining interaction from the afternoon follows you into the evening. The worry about tomorrow follows you into sleep and meets you again when you wake up. Most people live in this continuous bleed and call it just how life is. They do not realize there is another way because nobody ever showed them one. A daily reset creates a clean boundary between one day and the next. It closes what needs to be closed. It releases what does not need to be carried. It prepares you to begin again with at least some of your energy restored rather than already spent. It does not need to be long or complicated. The most effective resets are simple, consistent, and genuinely yours. 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes at night can change the entire quality of your days if you use them with intention. Small and consistent beats grand and occasional every single time. The morning reset, starting from a full place. The way you begin your morning sets a tone that influences everything that follows. This is not about having the perfect morning routine. It is about having a morning that belongs to you before it belongs to anyone else. Wake up with gratitude. Before you check your phone, before your feet hit the floor, before the day has any information for you at all, find one thing you are genuinely grateful for. Not a forced list. One real thing. A new day. A body that woke up. A roof over your head. A moment of quiet before the noise begins. Gratitude first thing is not wishful thinking. It is a deliberate choice about what gets your attention before anything else does. What you focus on first thing tends to color how you see everything that follows. Starting in gratitude tilts the whole day toward what is working rather than what is not. Give yourself more time than you need. Getting up earlier than necessary is one of the most underrated peace practices available. When you are rushing, you are already behind before the day has properly started. When you have time to spare, you move differently. You think differently. You arrive at whatever comes next already grounded, rather than already catching up. Even 15 extra minutes changes the texture of a morning completely. Try it for 1 week and notice what shifts. Choose your input deliberately. What you consume in the first 30 minutes of your day has an outsized influence on your mental state. News, social media, and other people's urgency absorbed first thing sets your nervous system to alert before you have had a chance to settle. Try something that feeds you instead. An affirmation. A short piece of stoic wisdom. Quiet music. A few minutes outside. Something that raises your thinking rather than immediately burdening it. The have to shift. One reframe that changes everything. I want to stop here and talk about something that sounds small but is genuinely one of the most powerful mindset shifts in this entire book. Changing have to into get to. Have to get up. Have to go to work. Have to make dinner. Have to deal with this. The language of obligation frames your entire life as a burden you are carrying rather than an experience you are living. Get to get up today. Get to go to work. Get to make a meal. Get to handle this because I am capable and present and here. This is not toxic positivity or pretending hard things are not hard. It is a recognition that so many of the things we call obligations are also privileges. Having a job to go to. Having a home to maintain. having people in your life who need you, having a body that gets up and moves through the world. Not everyone has those things. You do. And some days remembering that is enough to shift the weight of the day from something you are enduring to something you are living. Get to is not denial. Get to is perspective. And perspective is one of the few things entirely within your control. Moving through the day with your reset intact. The morning reset gives you a foundation, but the day will test it. Draining interactions, unexpected stress, things that do not go as planned. The question is not whether these things will happen, but how quickly you can return to your center after they do. A few practices that help throughout the day. The midday check-in, a brief internal pause sometime in the middle of your day. One breath. One quiet question, how am I doing right now? Not to fix anything necessarily, just to notice. Awareness of your state gives you the ability to choose your response rather than simply react. The micro reset after draining interactions, covered in Chapter 7 but worth reinforcing here. After any interaction that costs you energy, give yourself a moment before moving on. A breath, a short walk, a moment outside if possible. Close the interaction before it follows you into the next thing. The get-to reminder. When the day gets heavy and the have-to language starts creeping back in, pause and reframe. Even once. Even imperfectly. It interrupts the downward pull and reminds you of where your perspective can live if you choose it. The evening reset. Closing the day with intention. The evening reset is just as important as the morning one, and most people skip it entirely. They move from the demands of the day directly into mindless consumption, and then directly into sleep, carrying everything unprocessed right into the next morning. A gentle evening reset changes that. The transition home. Create a clear signal that the workday is finished. Changing clothes. Stepping outside. Making something warm to drink. Whatever ritual tells your mind and body that you have crossed back into your own time. This transition is important because without it, the workday simply continues in your head, even after your body has come home. The end of day acknowledgement. Before you wind down for the night, take one quiet moment to acknowledge the day. Not to review everything that went wrong or replay difficult interactions. Simply to recognize, I made it through today. I am home. I am protected. I am safe. Those 4 statements are simple and they are powerful. They bring your nervous system out of the future, where worry lives, and back into the present, where safety actually exists. Most of the things we stress about at night are tomorrow's problems. Tonight you are home. Tonight you are okay. Wind down with intention. What you consume in the last hour before sleep follows you into it. Television shows built around conflict and tension, social media, news, anything that activates your stress response. These are not neutral before bed. They keep your nervous system alert at precisely the moment it needs to be coming down. Try sleep music instead. Healing frequencies. Gentle affirmations. Something that tells your body it is safe to let go now. The difference in sleep quality when you make this shift is something most people notice within days. Release tomorrow. Tomorrow's problems belong to tomorrow. Tonight your only job is to rest. If worries about the next day surface as you are trying to sleep, try a simple mental release. Acknowledge the thought, then let it go with something like, that belongs to tomorrow and tomorrow I will handle it. Tonight I rest. You cannot solve tomorrow tonight, but you can protect your sleep. And protected sleep is one of the most powerful forms of peace there is. What better sleep actually changes? When you stop spending your nights rehearsing tomorrow's stress, something remarkable happens. You wake up differently. Not instantly and not every day without exception. But gradually, as the evening reset becomes consistent, sleep starts doing what it is supposed to do. Restoring rather than just passing time. And when sleep restores you, everything that follows it is easier. Your patience is longer. Your reactions are slower and more deliberate. Your capacity to handle the inevitable difficulty of a day is genuinely higher. The things that used to send you spiraling start to land more lightly. This is not magic. It is biology. A rested nervous system and a depleted one are operating in fundamentally different ways. You are not a different person when you are well rested. You are the same person with access to more of yourself. Sleep is not lazy. Sleep is where your peace gets rebuilt every single night. Wake up grateful. Move without rushing. Get to instead of have to. Come home intentionally. Close the day with safety. Sleep without tomorrow's weight. That is a full daily reset. That is a life being lived on your own terms. Coming up in Chapter 10. It is what it is. Releasing what you cannot control and finding freedom in letting go.